and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am Canon EF photographer RandallMRueff. Today is August the 17th, 2014 AD. It is my 41st birthday. Woohoo! But in this video, what I'm here to talk about is this, the Canon EF 1200mm f 5.6 L USM, which is somewhere across the pond, as they say. Somewhere in the United Kingdom, for 99,000 pounds, which is approximately 99,000, basically $100,000. For us over here in the good old U.S.A. So I don't know what the exact exchange rate is right now, but it's basically it's going to be 99,000. Basically, let's just say for all intents and purposes, we're shipping $100,000, insuring it and blah blah blah. Anyway, it's not cheap to send that something, plus you have to get insurance, and anyway, let's just say for all intents and purposes, $100,000 for the EF 1200. Now this is a very rare lens. They didn't make a whole bunch of these when they were making them, basically because they knew the price point. I mean, when these are brand new, cost about between $120,000 and $125,000. Okay. For a 1200mm f 5.6, which is an amazing, for that focal length, it's an amazing lens. Of course, you have to have a huge tripod, and you're obviously not going to mount the camera on the tripod. You're going to mount the lens on the tripod, and obviously the camera becomes an extension of the lens, and not as compared to the lens normally becoming an extension of the camera. So it's huge. It weighs a lot. It's not something you're just going to carry around with you casually. Casually. This is something you're going to, if you're needing to shoot photographs from a far away, like surveillance, intense surveillance, or police work, or military work, or if you're a high profile, maybe a high profile, private investigator, or somebody that's working for maybe a private investigator, or you're doing extreme wildlife, or something that you need to get far away, close-ups or broad shots of things that are very far away. This is the lens that you're going to want. Now, obviously, again, you're going to have a very good tripod, heavy-duty tripod, and I just want to go look at it because it is. I mean, for what it is, it's. I've seen prettier looking lenses, no doubt, but considering how big it is and what it is, it's really a nice piece of technology. Not that if they were build them today, they would be better, but back when they were made, they were state of the art and they're pretty. I mean, considering how far away they go at 5.6, they really are high quality. So the item condition. Now again, this is basically it's saying it's a used lens. But it's in they say it's in basically in mint condition. None of the internal elements have been affected, and basically that even what's on the outside is minor. So let me read about the item condition. You can buy it now or exchange parts. I'm not sure what that's all about, but basically $100,000 item condition. This incredibly rare lens is virtually immaculate condition with barely a discernible mark anywhere on the barrel. That's very good. Optically stunning, yes, I would agree. It has no marks or scratches on any of the 13 elements, which I talked about earlier. The lens mount is clean and free of any scratches, as is the drop-in gelatin 2 type filter. I said type 2, it just says gelatin 2 filter, but it's a type 2 filter. The built-in lens hood extends and locks securely, that's good. The focus ring moves with a smooth and fluid motion, that's good, as does the rotatable lens mount. All buttons move and lock perfectly. A suitable tripod and a head are available upon request. So for an additional money, you get a tripod. Okay, we get free worldwide delivery though. That's cool. That's not bad. Includes official purpose-built hard flight case with keys. Obviously, if you have this lens, you're going to want to lock it up. Even when you're traveling with it, you're going to want to. So that's having a good solid case and keys is very important. Official leather lens cap. That's good. Rear lens cap, that's good too. Canon gelatin 2 drop-in filter, that's good. It says, stay tuned to this page for content and videos with this lens over the coming days? Well, obviously, yeah. Okay, let me go down a little bit further here and see what we can see on the. See, Canon's got some information on it too. Okay, description: Canon EF 1200mm f5.6 U.S.M super telephoto lens. And when I say super, they're not joking. Produced for a limited period through the 1990s, the Canon EF 1200mm f5.6 U.S.M lens is one of the most lauded pieces of photographic equipment in the world. I'm not sure exactly what lauded means, but I get the general idea. Weighing in at 16.5 kilograms, 33 inches long and 9 inches wide at the front element. This is, in other words, at the widest, it's 9 inches. 33 inches long, which is almost 3 feet. It's pretty big for a lens. This is not a piece of kit to be taken lightly, that's for sure. This lens requires a serious tripod and head setup. To boot, the lockable aluminum case is even heavier than the lens, but peace of mind is invaluable when it comes to something this rare. I would agree. The lens comprises 13 elements in 10 groups, creating a diagonal angle of view of only 2.5 degrees, solidifying its status as a real monster of the telephoto world. The fluorite crystals, you have to be fluorite crystals to eliminate the aberration on a lens like this. That make 2 of the elements. It probably took over a year to grow. Wow, that's impressive. This, coupled with Canon's famous L series glass and coatings, create amazingly sharp images across the entire frame. From an aperture of f5.6 all the way through to f32, a 10-bladed diaphragm gives pleasing bokeh, and with its relatively fast maximum aperture of 5.6, the lens can yield some surprising results. And I would love to try this lens out. That'd be awesome. Given its size and weight, this lens is incredibly quick to find focus, using Canon's USM system to guide the elements into the optimum position as quickly as possible. Minimum focus distance is a hefty 14 meters, basically 14 or 15 feet. But what else would you expect from a lens with this sheer reach? Not meters, that'd be 14. Either way, it's not close. In other words, you gotta be at least 15 feet away for this thing to even think about focusing, give or take. The EF 1200 features several modes located at the rear of the lens. These include 3 different focusing speeds: focus preset, autofocus, manual focus, switch, tone switching, and focus limiting. The lens mount is also a unique design. A knob to the rear allows you to control the smoothness with which you can turn the entire rear section of the lens, allowing the user to shoot in portrait, landscape, or anywhere in between without you having to turn the entire lens. The rear of the lens also houses the 42mm drop-in filter. So in other words, if you want to take vertical or horizontals, you don't have to turn the lens. You can turn the little this little knob, and it does it internally. So that's pretty cool. Again, for $100,000, you ought to. Of course, the gel filter is near the front, or toward the camera, featuring a huge built-in lens hood to optimize results in any shooting environment. The Canon EF 1200 can also be occupied with a 1.4 times or 2 times teleconverter. If 1200 millimeters isn't long enough for you, you can enjoy focal lengths of 1680. Well, let me say again: 1,680 millimeters f8 and 2,400 millimeters f11 with these extenders respectively. So if you want to add on, if 1,200 power isn't enough, you get a 1.4 extender, and it can go up to 1,680 millimeters at f8. Or if you're really going to have some super duper 2,400 millimeters at f11 with a 2-point diamond extender, which is very far. With the serial code 220 from our efforts, we have surmised that this lens was built toward the end of Canon's limited 1200mm production run. So it's lens number 220 apparently, or serial code 220. So I've heard they made between 300 and 500 of these lenses. And I'm not sure what the run was, but 220 says let's assume maybe it was 300. They made 300 of them, or 250 of them. Either way, that's so. I don't know. I'll have to look at more information on how many they actually made. But this is lens number 220. So apparently, obviously, when you think about the lenses that they make today, where they make hundreds of thousands, if not dozens of or hundreds of thousands of certain lenses, only making this one being 220 out of either say 250 or 300 or something like that. I mean, again, don't know the exact number, but point is, not very many were made, and but they're beautiful. Look. See if we can get another picture of it. Ooh, there's another picture. Ooh, check that out. Look at that puppy. Look at that. I mean, just look at that. Oh, here's the lens mount. Wow. Can you imagine showing up to a football game or and having this lens? I mean, oh my gosh. First of all, you have to have somebody to help you carry that stupid thing. Oh my gosh. I mean, wow. That is kind of neat. There's the trick. You know, most tripods have one screw. This one has three. Look at that. 1, 2. What's it? Oh, is that the gel? No, that's the inside. Oh, here's the lens with the lens hood. There's the case. That's beautiful. Let's go back and go look at all these and talk about them one at a time here. Let's get some. Okay, here's the main edge. Let's see if we can blow that up. Ooh, look at that puppy. That is rather pretty. And then there's the next one, that's, like I said, it's very neat. Concerning the technology and what cost, it's really wow. I mean, even seeing these images, you don't get the full quality of what it takes to make a lens like this. I mean, it looks neat and it's really cool just to look at, but you really can't understand until you have seen them make this. You can't fully understand what it takes to make a lens like this. I mean, they put in. I mean, craftsmanship is just wow. I mean, it's just. Let's go back to the 3. Where's the 3 here? Okay, you've seen all those. Alright, here's what the lens hood on. That's pretty. That's a big lens. Obviously, it's flexible material. And last but not least, let's zoom in on the lens in the case. That is a big lens, people. I mean, that is a big lens, a big case for a big lens. Obviously, the case comes with the lens, and you mentioned the keys for it, so you can lock it up. Like I said, it's a beautiful piece of technology. I mean, most people don't have a need for this kind of lens. That's probably why they're selling it. They just don't have any need for or use for it. I don't know, to be honest. But it's a beautiful piece of technology. If I had $100,000 to blow, I would definitely get this lens. I mean, if nothing else, it would be like a showpiece just so they look at it. Because one, it's a collector's item. Because they didn't make that many. Two, it's a functional piece of technology. And 3, it's beautiful. I mean, it's something to look at. And to be able to say you've had an experience using this would be awesome. I mean, most professional photographers will never even see this lens in person. Okay, even fewer yet will get to touch it fewer yet we get to use it. And even fewer than that, we get to own it. So this is a very rare and special lens. There aren't that many out there. And again, they when they first came out, they were selling for between 120 and 125,000. This one you can get now for 99. I mean, it's in good shape. Officially, they're saying it's in mint condition, and it's used for 99,000 or $100,000 basically. So, if you would have use of it, or somebody have more money than you would do with it, and want a really collectible item or something that in photography, whether you're going to use it or just put it on display or whatever. If you're a collector and you got the money, or if you're a photographer and have some specific need for it, or you have a way to use it, I mean, more power to you. If I had $99,000 or $100,000 to spare, which I don't, obviously, but if I did, this would be, I would seriously consider getting. So, with that in mind, I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, I'm Canon EF for RandallMRueff. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. God bless. And of course, if you happen to buy this lens or are the one selling it, I'd love to see some comments down below or video links down below on how you're using it or why you're selling it. So, take it easy. As always, keep taking those pictures. Bye.